I'm Eric Fuchs, Senior Contributing Analyst at The Street, and they just don't get it. We're here today to talk to you about how, with its IPO coming on Friday, Facebook needed General Motors to pull its advertising from its site like a hole in the head. For Facebook, the move defined inopportune timing, but to understand its complex implications, you unfortunately need to weave together reports from various media outlets because none covered the unexpected development as you need it covered, and that's completely. Look, in addition to GM's standing as a top 3 automaker, it is also, as the Wall Street Journal was one of the few to point out, one of the nation's top 3 advertisers, along with Procter & Gamble and AT&T. But you need to go all the way to the New York Times to see that Ford is sticking with Facebook. Not only did they stick with Facebook, but they actually have turned into somewhat of a proponent, a trumpeter of advertising on Facebook. Not all are abandoning the good ship Zuckerberg, and that's important to factor in, right? You're weighing negatives and positives here to hopefully reach a conclusion. The Wall Street Journal was also a rarity in passing along Facebook's contention, which just might hold water, that GM in fact failed because they had so many advertising firms working on their advertising on the site. It wasn't an in-house, it wasn't just one firm, and there was some disorganization, too many cooks, if you will. But this issue is nothing if not complex, and Forbes, for its part, did well to link GM's lack of confidence with the recent survey that showed Facebook users were lacking confidence in buying anything on the Facebook site. Is this a matter of a wider lack of confidence? Well, it's a question worth asking. And this all leads up to something Forbes did well to mention overtly. With all these positives and all these negatives and all these open sore questions, you just have to remember that social media is a new medium, as Forbes said. And when something's in the larval stage, well, therein lies all the risk. It's really worth mentioning outwardly with all this excitement in terms of Facebook and all this kind of dissension and nervousness about GM's move. Here's what you need to know. Number 1, GM stopped advertising on Facebook. Bad timing for the social media behemoth. Number 2, the issue though is layered and complex. Number 3, weave together positive, negatives, and caveats, realizing in the end that social media is in the larval stage, and that is a risk. If you disagree with me, and you won't, feel free to email me at marek.fuchs@thestreet.com. And remember, they just don't get it.
This market is
stock tickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to